The ingredients are right here for growth and success and a better future. These young people are testimony to it. You are proving that right here in the Hudson Valley. Students here are training full-time while working part-time at GE Energy in Schenectady, becoming a new generation of American leaders in a new generation of American manufacturing. IBM's partnered with the University at Albany. Their partnership in nanotechnology is helping students train in the industries in which America has the potential to lead. Rensselaer is partnering not only with this institution but with businesses throughout the Tech Valley. And early next year, Hudson Valley Community College state-of-the-art Tech Smart training facility is set to open side by side with Global Foundries, coming state-of-the-art semiconductor plants. So we know that upstate New York can succeed. Just like we know that there are pockets in the Midwest that used to be hubs of manufacturing, they're now retooling. They're reinventing themselves. We know that can happen. We know that in a global economy where there's no room for error and there's certainly no room for wasted potential, America needs you to succeed. So as we emerge from this current economic crisis, our great challenge will be to ensure that we don't just drift into the future, accepting less for our children, accepting less for America. We have to choose instead what past generations have done, to shape a brighter future through hard work and innovation. That's how we'll not only recover, but that's how we'll also build stronger than before. Strong enough to compete in the global economy, strong enough to avoid the cycles of boom and bust that have wreaked so much havoc, strong enough to create and support the jobs of the future in the industries of the future. So today, my administration is releasing our strategy to foster new jobs, new businesses, and new industries by laying the groundwork and the ground rules to best tap our innovative potential. This work began with the recovery plan that we passed several months ago, which devoted well over $100 billion to innovation, from high-tech classrooms to health information technology, from more efficient homes to more fuel-efficient cars, from building a smart electricity grid to laying down high-speed rail. But our efforts don't end there. For this strategy is about far more than just recovery. It's about sustained growth and widely shared prosperity. And it's rooted in a simple idea that if government does its modest part, there's no stopping the most powerful and generative economic force that the world has ever known, and that is the American people. Our strategy begins where innovation so often does, in the classroom and in the laboratory and in the networks that connect them to the broader economy. These are the building blocks of innovation: education, infrastructure, research. We know that the nations that out-educate us today will outcompete us tomorrow. The ability of new industries to thrive depends on workers with the knowledge and the know-how to contribute in those fields. Unfortunately, today our primary and secondary schools continue to trail many of our competitors, especially in the key areas of math and science. Hundreds of thousands of high school graduates who are prepared for college don't go to four-year or two-year schools because it's just too expensive. They run out of money. And roughly 40% of students who start college don't complete college. So all along that education pipeline, too many of our young, talented people are slipping through the cracks. It's not only heartbreaking for those students, it's a loss for our economy and our country. Now, I know that for a long time politicians have spoken of training, of job training as a silver bullet, of college as a cure-all. It's not. I don't want to pretend that it is. We know that. But we also know that in the coming years, jobs requiring at least an associate's degree are projected to grow twice as fast as jobs requiring no college experience. Think about that. Twice as fast. We will not fill those jobs or keep those jobs here in America without graduating more students. including millions more students from community colleges. And that's why I've asked Dr. Biden to travel the country promoting the opportunities that community colleges offer. That's why I'm grateful that Senator Chuck Schumer, who couldn't be here today, has shown tremendous leadership on this issue. And that's why I've set this ambitious goal. By 2020, America will once again have the highest proportion of college graduates in the world. We used to be number one. We should be number one again. Now, to achieve this goal, we're going to need motivated students, motivated families, motivated communities, local leaders who are doing their part, state leaders who are doing their part, but the federal government has its part to do as well. So to reach this goal, we've increased Pell Grants and created a simplified $2,500 tax credit for college tuition. We've made student aid applications less complicated and ensured that that aid is not based on the income of a job that you've lost. I hear too much from folks who say, I can't get any student aid because they're still looking at my income taxes when I had a job, as opposed to my situation right now. We've also passed a new GI Bill of Rights to help soldiers coming home from Iraq and Afghanistan begin a new life in a new economy. And the recovery plan has helped close state budget shortfalls. I think the governor will testify. Because those shortfalls put enormous pressure on public universities and community colleges. While also we've made historic investments in elementary and secondary schools. So we're helping states get through some very tough times without having to drastically cut back on the critical education infrastructure that's going to be so important. Now, finally, through the American Graduation Initiative that I proposed, we're going to reform and strengthen community colleges to help an additional 5 million Americans earn degrees and certificates in the next decade. Because a new generation of innovations depends on a new generation of innovators. And just last week, the House of Representatives passed a bill that will go a long way to reform the student loan system so that college is more affordable for more people. Right now, the federal government provides a subsidy to banks to get them to lend money to students. The thing is, the federal government also guarantees the loans in case the students don't repay. So we're subsidizing banks to take on the risk of giving loans to students, even though taxpayers are absorbing the risk anyway. That doesn't make much sense. It costs us more than $80 billion. If we just cut out the middleman, the banks, and lent directly to the students, the federal government would save that money, and we could use it for what's actually important, helping students afford and succeed in college. That's what the bill